In this segment, I want to show you the process I go through every morning to look at the Nasdaq Composite. I'll go into the designer and I'll go down to my market analysis user group. I'll click on the first folder, click through to the warehouse, and then I'll scroll up to the top-down process, views. And I'm using my full screen here today, so everything's going to look a little bit smaller, but as far as the fonts, but I'm going to change back when I go back to my daily analysis today. All I'm doing here is I'm going to show you the Nasdaq composite chart, what I look for every day. I'll bring it up. And I'm going to click on this, go to my market charts. I'm going to use this one, 1B, which contains the AD line also. And I'm going to drop it in here to resize it and bring it back down here. So I have all the information I want. And let's zoom out a little bit here. Get a little longer perspective. Alternate eye brings this up. I scroll down here. And then what I do is I go ahead and capture it with Snagit. So it's now in my Snagit editor. And the first thing I do is I look over here to see what the VPA flags are saying. And we had strength seen returning yesterday. And then this is a confirmation of the strength. And you can see that the white candle, where did it close in its daily range? 71.65%. You can see it here on the candle. How was the volume? Volume was actually pretty light, below the 90-day moving average. So just some bottom fishing going in, but we're getting some positive VPA flags, which always are not, they have to be confirmed. This was a low volume test, not confirmed. This was a low volume test, not confirmed. And the low volume tests generally work better after an uptrend has started like this, but I still pay attention to them. So we're getting a confirmation on that. The trends are down. I think I'll switch to its shape here. And I'll outline that also. And the volume less than average, you can see that right here. Spread above average, close high. Sentiment is bullish. And then I look down here to see the volume. It's 90-day. It's 7.7% under the 90-day. This information is also over here. Volume changes down 3.9% from the prior day. It's 7.7% below the 90-day. And then I just go in here and I outline, I look at the advances versus decliners, and you can see 1735 to 1282. So about 3 to 2, I'm guessing, advancing volume versus declining. New highs versus new lows. 129 new lows compared to 20 new highs. And you can see the new high, new low over here in this window. Here's the advanced decline line. Hard to see, but it flattened out, turned up a little bit. Advancers led decliners. Advancing volume led declining volume. It's all right here in the chart. So I'll go up here and look at accumulation distribution. It went from E distribution to D distribution yesterday. So what we have is a stock, and let me do one more thing. Go in here, get my line, hold the shift key. You can see that the move yesterday was strong enough to break this short-term resistance here. And as I'm doing this at almost 7 a.m. Central Time, not quite 7 a.m. Central Time, the futures were up. I'm going to take a look. And it looks like the Nasdaq futures are up another 0.5%. So we may get some follow through on this. So I'm just looking at the bigger picture on the Nasdaq now. I could do this for the NYSE also. The S&P 500 doesn't have volume through bar chart. So I just use Nasdaq because it's a standard with IBD and so on. Most people, traders, look at the Nasdaq, and I get a pretty good picture here of what happened and what's happened historically. Now, this is a relatively close up because I'm interested in what's happened recently. You can see strong downtrend, gaining support here, broke this short-term support line, and futures are up this morning, so we may get a follow-through today. It's Friday, and there's a long weekend ahead with the with the government shutdown looming and so on. So, but anyway, I have a feel for what happened here. Next, I'm going to minimize this. What I do is I go in to my user smart groups, and I go down here to money flow in and out. And this one requires that the groups be up from the beginning of the week, so I use this one right here. It's just based upon no industry groups, but stocks that were up yesterday, and there were 168 to the upside. I'll bring this up, and I click on the spectrum analyzer, and I can see where the money flow was yesterday, oil, gas, exploration, and so on. And then I'll capture this to snag it, and then I'll just drop down to the money flow out, 163, click on that, utilities, integrated utilities, so on. It's really all there is to it, and you can see this is dated right here. So once again, I'll click on that, and then I'll add some commentary to this. Okay, I wrote my commentary. The comp managed to trade up from its opening gap low to penetrate the short-term resistance line. A confirming VPA flag was generated on light volume. The primary money flow is into energy stocks, but auto and semiconductor stocks did appear. If this market continues higher today, those groups should follow through. Stock futures are up as I write this. Now I'm going to go back to the money flow and point out to you that I looked at this after I stopped recording. There's the semiconductors. Here's some cruise lines. I think some cruise lines report today. There's the automobiles. So we're seeing some movement in groups other than just the energy groups. Okay, I'm going to take a quick look at the other side. Money flow out. I marked this up. I paused it, and you can see that renewable energy equipment was down pretty hard. 14 stocks, utilities, and integrated utilities also were big losers. Biotech is such a big group, you're going to see it on both sides of the money flow. Precious metal and mining has been flowing out the past few days, and remember, I do get rid of this. I do keep a history of this to go back in and see how this is working, and see which groups, when they started flowing out, and metal mining did the other day. I'll get into that in a later video. So I've got everything together, and then I just upload it to Facebook and send it out to the group. In the next video, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the market with my analysis like I did in the earlier movies.